Leroy Jethro Gibbs, the indispensable special agent, has been played by Mark Harmon for almost 20 years. Gibbs is a level-headed boss with a menacing gaze and an enigmatic history. However, Harmon has experienced some surprising developments this year, and it's safe to say that his journey in the entertainment industry hasn't been without its bumps. In this video, we'll reveal all the hidden details regarding Harmon's incredible journey and the most recent developments that have everyone curious. How about you come along? The rise to fame of Mark Harmon is one of those timeless stories where luck plays a significant role. He started it all in the 1970s when he risked everything to pursue acting instead of a safe business job. Instead of a large stage or movie set, he and his father shared screen time in a funny little commercial for Kellogg's Product 19 series, which was his first taste of stardom. His early acting career was greatly influenced by his sister Kristen, who used her connections to get him his first acting gig in an episode of The A-Team. This opportunity started a chain reaction that led to Harmon guest starring in popular shows like Adam 12, Policewoman, and Emergency in 1975. Yet his success was not solely due to luck. You had to question his mental state when he put on those performances. Was the extent of his ambition ever considered by him? Mark Harmon has been in the public eye for a long time, but recently his life has taken a disturbing turn, and his followers are wondering what's going on. Is our current understanding of the tale incomplete? Nobody anticipated the news, which includes health worries and sudden changes in careers. Stay tuned to the very end because what's transpiring with Mark at the moment is shocking and tragic. His acting chops started to come into their own as his career developed, and he was nominated for an Emmy for his riveting portrayal in the TV movie Eleanor and Franklin: The White House Years. It's incredible how a single part can propel an actor to stardom. As his career took off, he appeared in notable miniseries like Centennial and had supporting roles in films like K-Pax, Horseman, and The Poseidon Adventure. It seemed like every project he worked on brought him one step closer to a monumental achievement. Actors' careers take unexpected turns all the time, but his life took a dramatic turn in 2003 when he was cast as Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs in the revolutionary series NCIS. It was almost as if destiny had a hand in inviting Harmon to guest star in a couple of JAG episodes, where Gibbs was initially introduced after NCIS creator Donald P. Belisario saw Harmon's riveting performance as Secret Service agent Simon Donovan in The West Wing. Since then, this opportunity has presented itself. Was Harmon aware at the time that he was entering a role that would go on to become legendary? In all likelihood, no. Playing Gibbs, though, wasn't quite a picnic. It presented its fair share of obstacles. Harmon had a challenging task in deciphering Gibbs's complex personality, which included both his cold, no-nonsense appearance and his profound empathy and commitment to doing what's right. What is the first step in fully embodying something so intricate? Because of the character's centrality to the show and its devoted fan base, Harmon knew he had to give him substance. Without a doubt, he was able to understand the subtleties of a seasoned NCIS agent because to his background in law enforcement. A terrible backdrop involving Gibbs's wife and child's deaths provided emotional weight, which Harmon had to successfully portray. In the face of such overwhelming grief, how can one keep up the strong front that their admirers have grown to expect? Regardless of these obstacles, people connected with Harmon's portrayal. Because of his dedication and honesty, NCIS became a hit with audiences throughout the world. It's incredible how an actor can change the trajectory of a program and their career just by shaping a character. The ups and downs of Harmon's career show how skill, persistence, and a little luck can propel you to success, and they also serve as a reminder that the road to success is seldom smooth. Mark Harmon's life has taken an alarming turn after years of consistency and prosperity. Why has he suddenly encountered these difficulties? And what is he doing about it? This is far from ended. It's more than simply news. It's a window into the life of a beloved performer. If you want to know what's going on with Harmon right now, You have to watch to the very end. Leroy Jethro Gibbs went from being a quiet and unassuming commander to being one of the most complex characters in television history across the course of 19 seasons. Changing while being watched by millions of admirers all the time must be really difficult. On first glance, Gibbs seemed to be an unassuming, quiet sort who exemplified strength. It was revealed in the third season, as many may recall, the terrible history of his first wife Janu and their daughter Kelly. Adding complexity to Gibbs's character, this incident shed light on his guarded nature and made viewers wonder, how does one manage to be functional in a high-stakes setting like NCIS while coping with such profound loss? The recurring focus throughout the seasons was on Gibbs's connections with his squad, which highlighted his leadership skills. A warm and welcoming environment was fostered by his transformation into a father figure for several team members, particularly agents Tony Dinozzo and Ziva David, as well as forensic expert Abby Sciuto. The thought of how something as innocuous as his now iconic head slap, which started out as a fun rebuke for Dinozzo, became a signature of his personality is intriguing. In what other ways do a person's connections and their tiny peculiarities evolve across time? Gibbs's character development was further developed by important plot points, such as his family's sad loss and his desire for vengeance against Pedro Hernandez, the killer. Just picture yourself secretly holding that secret for years, only to have it unintentionally exposed when Abby found evidence connecting Gibbs to Hernandez's murder. What kind of moral impact would that have? Because of his personal history and struggles with remorse and a desire for justice, Gibbs is able to be understood and empathized with. As a leader and character, Gibbs is deeply affected by his history and the principles he established in Shannon's honor. Time taught him, nevertheless, that it's all right to bend or even disobey the rules sometimes. A new and interesting viewpoint, isn't it? As Gibbs so eloquently shown, growth frequently necessitates flexibility. Just as important to his growth as an individual were his contacts with his fellow NCIS team members. Tony Dinozzo and I developed a strong, almost family connection throughout our time as mentees and mentors. As a relationship, what is unique about a mentor-mentee dynamic? Many viewers connected with Gibbs and Tony's relationship because it demonstrated trust, progress, and mutual respect. The bond was one of a kind with Abby. When they exchanged signs, it revealed more than just a professional level of understanding and affection. Adding depth to his already multifaceted persona, Gibbs regarded her nearly like a daughter. With the addition of agents like Ziva David and Timothy McGee, Gibbs demonstrated that he could be more than simply a law enforcer by changing his leadership style to foster growth. We witness characters who are resistant to change so frequently. Being able to adapt while staying true to his convictions is a testament to Gibbs's strength. But rumors of animosity on the NCIS set started circulating behind the scenes. Mark Harmon and Paulie Perrette had problems outside of filming, despite the fact that their on-screen connection was admired by viewers. An incident involving Harmon's dog, which got a little overexcited and nipped a crew worker, was the spark that ignited the fire. Mark Harmon left NCIS after performing the devoted and time-consuming job of Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs for over 20 years. Producing the program for as little as 2 hours a day in its early seasons and continuing to play the same character for as long as he did, especially as he got close to 70 years old, was a lot. The idea of taking a step back was mooted by Mark Harmon. Ignoring the impact of exhaustion on his decision-making is understandable. Harmon decided to put his personal life, particularly his family life, first after years of devoting himself to Gibbs. He had considered quitting the program around seasons 15 or 16, but he stayed for far longer than he had planned, out of loyalty to the people he considered family on set. To make sure the season could get off to a nice start, Harmon needed to talk to CBS and the show's producers about his departure. The network and viewers were both comforted by Mark Harmon's agreement to participate in a limited number of episodes during the changeover period. It felt like passing the baton to the next runner in a relay race. Even more intriguing, Kelly Cole, president of CBS Entertainment, dropped hints that Harmon may come back. The writers took their time crafting Gibbs's leaving plot so that both fans and the character might find meaningful resolution. In the fourth episode of Season 19, Great Wide Open, Gibbs finds solace away from the high-stakes NCIS environment in Alaska and decides to remain there after solving a case. In Harmon's opinion, this was an authentic and appropriate way to wrap things out for Gibbs, as it mirrored his own path and the character's development. Harmon's impact on NCIS went much beyond his dual roles as executive producer and star actor. He has been juggling the responsibilities of production and artistic direction since 2008. He had a lot of control over the show's trajectory thanks to his dual job, which occasionally led to disagreements with the writers and directors. Despite Harmon's reputation as an absolute professional, a few members of the team believed that there was room for improvement in terms of communication. Keep things operating smoothly on set when creative minds aren't aligned. Frustrations are going to erupt. Sean Murray, Timothy McGee, Brian Dietzen, and Jimmy Palmer were among the cast members who lauded Harmon's supportive leadership despite the high tensions. He was a positive force who wanted everyone to succeed, even if he was juggling acting and production duties. The loss of Harmon's creative vision and financial support for NCIS has far-reaching consequences. Both the public face and the driving force behind NCIS for almost 20 years was Harmon. The show's budgetary framework had to be rethought after his departure. Harmon allegedly made over $500,000 every episode, which was a significant portion of the expenditure. Producers have to find out ways to keep expenses down without sacrificing quality or viewer engagement because of this hefty remuneration. When Harmon left, the production crew had to be creative in order to come up with fresh stories to replace him. It took a lot of ingenuity and imagination to keep the program interesting and lively once a character left. Thanks to its strong ensemble cast and NCIS's lengthy history of success, the program persevered through the difficult shift. The procedure that led to Harmon's contracts was indicative of his commitment and devotion to the program. Together with his co-stars, he put in a lot of time and effort in the first few seasons to make NCIS a hit. Harmon was able to negotiate greater compensation as the show's popularity increased. In subsequent seasons, Harmon's worth to the show was evident as he became one of the highest-paid performers on television, earning more than $500,000 each episode. After taking on the post of executive producer for NCIS in 2008, he cemented his position and became personally invested in the show's success. At the end of his contract negotiations, Harmon agreed to make a small appearance in a handful of episodes to assist the program go ahead as it transitioned into Season 19, which was crucial to securing the show's renewal. Wow, that's a clever move. Keeping the show's finances stable while easing the actors and crew into a post-Gibbs NCIS was the goal of this method. A captivating blend of planning and showmanship is displayed at such a monumental transition. Who would have thought that television could be such a complex medium? Ultimately, Harmon's departure was a watershed moment that pushed the show's makers to be creative and innovative, rather than merely a casting change. Fans have always adored Mark Harmon, but some are starting to question his sanity in light of recent events. His path is taking an unexpected turn, filled with setbacks and personal obstacles. Why is everyone worried about this, and how will it influence his future? The whole narrative of Mark Harmon's troubles will make you wonder more than it answers, so make sure you don't miss a moment of this video. When Mark Harmon confirmed his exit from NCIS, an emotional conflagration broke out on social media. After years of being next-door neighbors, it felt like if a buddy had announced they were leaving. On social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, fans vented their conflicted emotions over the show's and Gibbs's future. Some fans, overcome by fond memories and thankfulness, took the time to express their gratitude for Harmon's nearly 20-year career. The demanding schedule that Mark Harmon upheld with unfaltering dedication over his 10 years of NCIS was no picnic. It became apparent that Harmon's resignation would significantly impact the show's audience when word of his departure circulated. Despite the show's devoted viewership, some have said they will no longer watch it with Gibbs absent. For example, one supporter went as far as to say, "If Gibbs is gone, so am I. I'm a big fan of Gibbs and enjoyed watching his character grow over the years, but Gibbs is NCIS." How many of us have had similar feelings when beloved characters depart from our favorite television? On social media, this opinion was widely shared by fans who expressed their disappointment that the program will be without Harmon's popular role. Like a moving tribute record, expressions of condolence and homage poured in. Many viewers were appreciative of Mark Harmon's 18 years of service to the show and his depiction of Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Amidst the loss, there was a ray of hope for Gibbs's supporters who held on to the idea that he may return, thanks to the show's creators who left it open for future appearances. It's like bidding farewell to a friend with the knowledge that they may drop by unexpectedly. Viewers are getting used to the show's new direction without its long-standing star, and some are even showing signs of new characters, such as Agent Parker played by Gary Cole. How programs may change over time while retaining its hook is really mind-boggling. The fact that NCIS has continued to be successful beyond Harmon's departure is evidence of its timeless appeal and flexibility. The program has shown it can keep the spark alive, like a warm fire that keeps burning even when the logs are changed, which is a huge loss. But Gibbs's departure is enormous nonetheless. People who love NCIS very much are demonstrating their resilience by staying positive despite their heartbreak. Beyond being a mere entertainment, it has become an enduring bond, adapting to its viewers while remaining faithful to its origins. Looking ahead to NCIS, one can't help but wonder what the forthcoming chapter has in store for the cherished brand. Will we fall in love with new characters the way we did with Gibbs? We may never know the answers, but we can be sure that Mark Harmon's impact on NCIS will endure for generations to come. Mark Harmon has proved his mettle and perseverance through thick and thin as he has progressed through his profession. His 1987 involvement in a highly publicized and contentious custody battle for his nephew Sam stands out among the most famous incidents. Just picture yourself in his position, witnessing your sister Kristen's battle with addiction. Observing it must have been really painful. Harmon filed for custody of Sam, despite the immense difficulty of the choice, motivated by worry and a strong feeling of duty. There were repercussions to this decision. The Harmon family was effectively divided as a result. Kristen was left standing alone on one side, with Mark, Kelly, and their parents on the other. Harmon decided to withdraw the custody action after enduring the family upheaval in the hopes of ending the issue and restoring some harmony to the family. In 1996, nevertheless, Harmon's courage was highlighted in an entirely new manner. He was near his house when a horrific accident occurred, and he had to rescue two teens who were trapped in a vehicle. It was like something out of a movie. Just picture the rush of excitement coursing through his veins as he smashed the windshield with a 12-pound sledgehammer. Given that the car was about to explode, the brave deed left many in amazement. His bravery and fast thinking saved the lives of the squad, according to Los Angeles Fire Department spokesman Brian Humphrey, who lauded his efforts. In an interview given in 2013, Harmon toned down his involvement in this incident, which is rather surprising. "I won't take credit for it because if the car explodes and I'm there next to the car, then you're talking about two young boys who don't have a father. Anything's quite inspiring to witness someone who has achieved so much and still remains humble." However, Harmon has not only had to overcome obstacles in his personal life, but also in his professional life. A rift developed in 2007 when he and NCIS creator Donald P. Bellisario had an argument about the show's direction. After Harmon expressed his displeasure to the network, they replaced Bellisario and began a new chapter in the series' history by hiring a new showrunner. Harmon informed USA Today, "This is a hard enough thing to do when everything is going right. We've made changes and we better organize now." It's remarkable how he transformed a challenging situation into a chance for improvement, demonstrating his dedication to both his role and the entire production. Without a question, Harmon's perspective on life and work has been molded by these diverse experiences. Discovering resilience in the midst of hardship and keeping a growth attitude are two themes that he often returns to. The way Harmon keeps a quiet profile and puts his family life above the flash and glamour of his long-running career in Hollywood is encouraging, especially as he enters the mid-70s. It will be fascinating to watch how Mark Harmon handles this next phase in his career, especially because things aren't looking good for him in 2024, even though he left NCIS in 2021. Despite his meteoric rise to fame, he has discovered new methods to maintain ties to the series. Envision being a part of something so legendary that the adoration and respect of your peers follows you wherever you go. Exciting news for fans of the long-running series. Harmon is slated to make a return to the NCIS world, but in a new position. The future CBS spin-off series NCIS Origins, which debuted on October 14, 2024, included Harmon in the roles of narrator and executive producer, which is an exciting development. Leroy Jethro Gibbs is the character that brought Harmon fame, and this prequel will explore his background in great detail. Envision having the opportunity to go into the formative years of such a cherished character. It would be like getting an exclusive glimpse into Gibbs's life as a young agent, which is sure to captivate fans. The plot begins in 1991, not long after Gibbs's wife and kid die in a sad accident. This sets the tone for a darker and more edgy version of the NCIS universe that fans have come to expect. Although Harmon's decision not to make frequent appearances on screen is disheartening, he will still be involved in some way. In the pilot episode, he will make an appearance that no one will see coming. New footage of Harmon was even shot particularly for this prequel, according to co-showrunner David J. North. But we can't reveal any of the juicy details of his cameo appearance just yet. That's the type of tension that makes you want to jump out of your seat. In a role that ought to be intriguing on its own, the series will include Austin Stowell as the youthful Gibbs. Dylan Harmon, who is the son of Harmon, will join his father as an executive producer, which is a heartwarming turn of events. It is quite touching to witness the vibrant continuation of a family history. However, that's not all. Harmon has forayed into the literary realm in addition to his work on NCIS Origins. Ghosts of Honolulu, a Japanese-American spy hunter, and the untold story of Pearl Harbor was co-authored by him and NCIS technical consultant Leon Carroll Jr. in November 2023. The book delves into the fascinating world of Japanese and American intelligence agents during World War II, drawing inspiration from their experiences on NCIS. It's remarkable to watch Harmon expanding his horizons while still paying homage to the legacy of NCIS, isn't it? Even if Mark Harmon's on-screen future in 2024 doesn't look good, he's still game for whatever comes next in the NCIS series. His continued engagement behind the scenes shows how much of an impact he had on the show he helped create, despite his small screen time. One can't help but wonder what more this gifted actor has in store for the entertainment business as fans anxiously await NCIS Origins and Harmon's new literary endeavor. Mark Harmon is a creative genius, so who knows what fascinating avenues he may go next. The options are limitless. The video has come to a close now. Enjoyed your viewing. To show your appreciation, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for future videos. If you want to see more exciting stories, go ahead and click on the next video.